Hey, what's going on, guys? Tony here, CCxRC. We're in the garage. Gonna be working on a couple of RC cars and thought we'd just go live for a little bit. Why not? First thing I gotta do though is get these things all labeled up. So feel free to join on in the conversation, ask questions, tell me how messy my garage is right now. It's all fair game. First thing I gotta do is label all these controllers. Zombie. Because it's getting out of control. Hey, how's it going, man? Can't see, it's too far away. Let's bring it in a little closer so I can see. Hey Ryan, how's it going? Everybody. Don't know how this is gonna work in the garage. You see the breakable bison up there? Ha! Yes, it is breakable. In fact, this is a new one. It's a new body, new chassis in here. And yeah, it's up and running again. That was the first thing I worked on tonight, and that's when I decided, hey, I'll give this a go again. See how we do. But got the ZD Racing is what I'm actually going to be working on now, because I want to get that running. I know some people want to see it. Where's the 2101? Right here. I'll show you guys around. It's kind of a mess, so bear with me here. You'll see my little workspace at the moment, because we're working outside on the house stuff. They were supposed to pour concrete today. They didn't pour concrete, so all the stuff that's outside, whatever, it's all over the place. Tools, you name it. So this is the little bench I made myself because I needed a workspace, and it's already cluttered with stuff. Soldering for drones, you name it. Just chilling on a bench here is the new Optimus. Ready, I was getting the batteries all charged up over here. SCX-10's getting worked on. Cool Fuji X Pro 1 camera. These things are legit, you guys. If you're into portraits, it's a way to go. A project quad I'm working on right here. And I've got all new ESCs for it. I've been digging through tools. Here's all the ESCs. We got the Rodeo right here. The Han Solo blaster I have to paint. This thing that I should be using, but I'm not, the little stand. My goggles, one set of my FPV goggles. Plane, here's where it gets really crazy. Is on the floor. I've just got like cars laying around, making a big mess. There's under the fan is the ZD Racing. I don't know if you guys can see this. I can't really see. I'm looking away. The camera's turned around, so I can't see the back of it. Under here, we've got stacks of cars. X-Max. I'm charging up batteries to run that this weekend. All the tools from working in the yard are in this little wheelie cart that I can pull it out into the yard and work. All the tools are still in this that I've been using. Normally this folds up and goes away and all the tools are put away, but we're kind of in the middle of a lot of projects right now. So the Zombie is upstairs. The DHK that you're talking about. If I only had one item to grab and take with me in an emergency, it would be my hard drive. Here's all my fish. Now they think they're going to get fed, so... Hey, how's it going? This is a saltwater fish tank in here. I see Nemo's in the back somewhere. It's gotten dark because it's late here. I have the lighting set on a timer. It's all wireless through my phone. So yeah, crazy stuff. This is like my crazy nutso man hobby room. bow and arrows, nail guns, more, where'd they go? I think they're all hiding now. But there's more Nemos in there, more fish, and back to the RC bench, because that has nothing to do with. The Optimus has 2 batteries, and the Zombie only has 1. You're right, man. So I don't know why the Zombie doesn't have 2. I might actually try and do a splice on that and get 2 batteries running in the Zombie, because it would be so much cooler. I mean, I guess I could just get a 4S battery to stick in it. Why do two batteries to go 4S when I could just get a 4S battery? So I don't know if you saw back there all the controllers that I have, which is why I am right now working on labeling so that I don't mess up the 2 different controllers here for the Zombie and the Optimus, and walk out the door one day and not be able to drive. It's surprising. You'd think that you'd remember what goes to what, but it's pretty easy to forget as time rolls on and you don't use them as often. And so I just do some white electrical tape, because I'll show you my controller area. Again, my wife would kill me for showing off this complete mess that I have going on, but it's kind of life, it's reality, you know, so I don't mind sharing. You know, there's just controllers stacked going back, and this isn't even all of them, so it's a lot. Hey, young XR, what's going on? And then I've got like my battery bins here I've just been digging through. I need to get a different end for one of them. Let's see, here's another controller for the Bison. And like the construction vehicles. Oh, it looks like there's more controllers over there with this is a mixture. I got like controllers and drills going on. So, hey, Scale Garages, man. Or maybe, I don't know what something was about Scale Garages. The SCX-10-2 is upstairs in the studio area. You can't see this because I've got luggage all around. So I've got luggage for my trip to Guatemala still that has to get put away, but we've got a drone bag ready to go, batteries all charged up to go out flying. And actually, guys, I'm not gonna lie, there's 2 new drones sitting in the house waiting to be unboxed, which are really, really awesome. I'll say that much. So, needless to say, we've got a lot going on, but I went to Debbie's RC World and I bought a new servo. I don't own any Armas, but if you watched the last live feed or the 7,000 subscribers thing, I mentioned that's the next vehicle I want to get, so I'm saving up for one. So, I'm going to get the ZD Racing off the floor. And we'll just kind of work and talk for a bit, so. But yeah, this thing was, yeah, some of you saw the mistake I made of running into water twice. What do I think of Tamiya? My Tamiya is up as a shelf queen in my office because it looks really cool, but it's really slow, so it all depends what you're doing. So, just starting to fly through here. You guys are, I wish I could show you how far away you are. My eyes aren't great, and the phone is like so tiny. See, I've got another battery to charge once these ones are done. But I've ripped this open, and the only thing that doesn't seem to be working is the servo. So, I bought a waterproof servo because of what happened. Figured I might as well go waterproof so I don't kill it again. And just planning on getting this set in here, and hopefully it all just lines up real nice and easy like, and it'll be up and running again that easily. Wouldn't that be nice, huh? Servo's a pretty easy thing to swap out. Now I don't have needle nose, so if you guys see me reaching with some kind of sketchy stuff, I don't know where my needle nose went to. As you've seen, the garage, they could be in here. I just would never be able to find them until I've actually got a pretty good organizational system in here when it's not nuts, but you wouldn't know that looking at it tonight. But I mean, I've got all these little bins screwed on and everything has its place. It just has to get put back there after all these projects are done. So then it'll be sitting pretty again. Alright. I might notch this out. They don't leave a lot of room for the stuff to go into the box. Actually, we're in, so once we get it in, we'll turn it on and see if we're running again. As long as they work well for the tools. I know I'm grabbing wires though with like cutters. Not the best thing to be using. So I think it was channel 1 on here. I don't remember which way it's positive, negative on these ever. So I guess we'll just test it and see what we get when we plug it in. The controller is this ugly one, which needs a label on it. Have you used Hobby King? I've never ordered from Hobby King. Yes, you're right, Ryan. This one doesn't have a plus and minus on the receiver, which I usually look for because I never remember. But they seem to go on pretty well. Whoever said they'd rock one of my stickers at the track, just shoot me your info over on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube messaging, you name it. You send me your address, I'll get it to you eventually. If you ask everybody else, I'm not the fastest when it comes to shipping. I don't know, shipping's just kind of a pain. But I will ship them. I get them out once I have all the stuff I need. I will eventually ship them. So I think we're good, guys. Dirt just went flying. Sweet. Alright, so we're centered off now on the servo by turning it on like that. So now all I'm going to have to do is line this up, center my tires, and we're going to drop this. This does not fit. This is a huge... Wow, that servo was... It's got to be an adapter. Spacer of some kind. Because the servo on this was apparently gigantic. The mount here, I don't know if I threw it away or what I did. You know, it'd have been smart to throw it away. You'd think that when you have garbage you would throw it away, but I probably stuck it in a bin, thinking I might want to try and get gears out of it at some point or something. I do that sometimes. Here it is. Yeah, that is a huge gear on the top of this. But it's just a plastic spacer, so I can actually pull this off the top. It's just a plastic piece, and we'll be able to get it and put it onto the other one. I just need something to pry it with. You live in Scotland? Yes, I can get them to you. The international ones take me longer because I have to take it and find out how much the shipping's going to cost. so I can put the right amount of stamps on it. But I will ship them. So yeah, the horn on this is it's just a plastic spacer, or a larger plastic piece that's sitting on the original horn, which is kind of annoying that you've got these really nice like metal horns on here and then you're just going to put a stupid plastic spacer on. Just kind of defeats the purpose. Strip it out easy. But what are you going to do? Yeah, stupid servo horn. So now I'm going to turn it back on and just make sure I recenter it. Get it moving around. Alright, so it's on. I think we fixed the problem. I'm actually kind of tempted to see if this is working again now that it's dried out. Sometimes you just never know if things are gonna work again after they get wet. It actually looks like the original one's working again. Whoa. How's it going, Steve? It doesn't feel good though. I don't remember the fan kicking on with the other servo plugged in. So there might be something electrically that it's freaking out about. I got nothing. Well, regardless, I'm just going to put this good servo in. I think that the other one does work though. Maybe for the sake of testing I should put it on. What do you guys think? Keep it stock for the test? Or does it not matter if the servo is stock? I know people want to know how these things work. But I have this nice CCxRC servo here, which I've wired through, and I could leave in, or I could put the original back in. What do you guys say? Stock, then I have a good backup. Let me just see if it'll turn the tires. I'm not going to pull this one out all the way, because it's kind of a pain to fish that wire through. But we'll see if we can't tear that up. I need a screwdriver. A flathead screwdriver. There we go. But yeah, I got a bunch of things I'm working on tonight. Started with switching over all of the electronics in the Bison to a whole new roller. No sense tempting fate. I just want to see though if it'll push it. So I'm going to at least do that. I'm just going to stick it back into place and see if it'll work it. Because yesterday it would not. I got to pull it out. Oh well. Wasn't that hard, I guess, to put it through here. Tinker away. I know, right? Maybe we'll go out and do a late night drive live. We'll throw on some lights and drive it in the yard, see how it does. I don't got much going on tomorrow morning, so sleep in a little bit. Alright, so we're in. Now we're just going to drop this darker ground. Power it on, center it again. It works. Alright, so for the sake of keeping it stock and testing, I'm just going to put the original back in. It's in here. Let's just do it. And then we can get a real full-on test for the people that might be interested in this car. Because the price point on it is really killer. At just $200 for a brushless 1/8 scale buggy. As long as you don't want to get it wet. If you like to bash in mud puddles, this is not your vehicle for sure. I like to bash in mud puddles. It's like an AA meeting. Hi, my name is Tony, and I like to bash in mud puddles. Alright. So, I'm feeling good about that. So, I'm just going to stick it all in. Maybe we'll run the camera outside and give it a quick rip. Do it all live. Get rid of all the fake editing I normally do to make it look really good. And like I know how to drive. I cut out half of the stuff because I can't drive. The great thing about my garage is though you can pretty much just bend over and pick up clips. And so you're never not able to find a clip to stick a body on. So that's always good. Wow, that's going fast. You need to try and do a speed test. Steve, you know, I meant to order the CCxRC speed test, and I don't know what happened, but I never actually hit the buy button on it. So I was waiting for it to come in for like a couple weeks, and then I realized I never actually bought it when I went back and looked for the receipt. Alright, so now we're getting more body clips because that other one was too big. Alright, so now don't let me forget to screw the servo in. Watch him set it down. I think it might be raining outside. I should probably go check that. Screw in the servo. Thanks, Ryan. So this had a whole bunch of screws. There they are. I guess I should have just let this thing sit for a little while. If it's raining, the car will live. Oh, okay, thanks. I'm sure you're right. We should just go for it. Hey, it lived last time, so I guess there's probably truth to that. And I mean, I did more than little rain dropping on it. Man, screwing in things is my least favorite thing to do. I have a whole set of Intigi ones that go in those electric drills, but they're kind of tucked away in a bag, and it would take me a little while to get them out. Probably worth it. But we'll get this in tight enough to test it out, and then we'll just walk the camera outside. is my email on my page. You can just send it to team CCxRC at Gmail. TEAMCCXRC at gmail.com. You can send your address there. That's probably the easiest way to do it. Got a little Eachine drone here. This thing's a ton of fun. I mean, it's like a toy one, but it's so much fun. YouTube needs to fix the exposure on their app. It's atrocious. For a guy who does video as my day job, I hate to see the blown out whites. How can I get a sticker? Mac, just send me your address at the email I just said, teamccxrc at gmail. I'll put some more in the mail here very soon. I've got to run up and get some more envelopes and some stamps. All right. So let's go see if it's raining. Hold on 1 second here. Yeah, it's totally raining, but who cares? All right, let's do it. All right. Snowing in Michigan. Got a nice glisten on the ground here. We'll see if we can see anything. Hold on 1 second. I've got another set of lights I can flip on. Doesn't sound very good. And I just sprayed myself with water. Oh, I think it's just slipping. There's too much power to connect. Oh yeah, it's got some good power to it. So we'll get this back out to the trails. I'll try not to kill it tonight. What would be the point of that? So here you can see where we're getting the concrete poured. Huge area. So well, that's nice. I guess it's kind of waterproof, like days later. So that's good. Yeah, I need to look at the pinion. I think though it's just the tires really just spinning out. It seemed to, if I started slow, it connected better. We'll take a quick look at it. Clean the tires off. That's good. See my mesh here. Yeah, it looks good. So, I don't know, I think the sound really was the tires because it's got these knobs on it. And so as it's hitting that cement in the water, I think it was just chewing it up. Does it have a slipper? No. No, I don't believe so. It goes right into the center diff. It's really dirty, so. You want The Apprentice so you can learn? It is fun. I learned to crash pretty well. I got that crashing part down real good. We're getting ready to go to a camping excursion here. I don't know exactly when, but there's a private like group of people that are kind of local here that we've kept small because in large groups, you know, you kind of lose the conversation. There's just too much going on. And so it's kind of like this elitist group of RCers. No, just kidding. It's just a cool guys, enthusiasts in RC, and we're gonna go trailing, but we're all gonna bring our planes too. And he's got a field out there near like Charlottesville, Virginia. We'll go up camping there and then do some flying. Bring some quads, do some planes when we're not scaling. So that'll be fun. I haven't flown my plane with anybody before. Bring the 2101 and the Bison. I probably will. Last time I took the X-Max and had fun with it, and the Gravedigger. But I gotta get my other SCX-10 up and running again. Awesome. I'll be able to check my email later when my phone is off for the sticker info. But yeah, I've got two of the Bison chassis now, so one's going to be like a part truck, because you can buy just the roller of it with the deals and the discounts, and so you have a lot of spare parts that way. But it is a breakable car. They're all breakable cars. This one I just remembered I have to do something with the front mount here for the body because I messed that up a little bit on one of the jumps. I'll send you one later. No, it doesn't cost you anything. I'm paying the shipping on them. So, at least for now. Hey, and I've done stickers from some of the big guys, and I still ship out faster than them. I'm faster than them, and I'm faster than GearBest shipping if you don't pay the extra pricing. So that's just a joke. Theirs is not too bad if it's in stock and you go in and you tell them that you want it shipped prior. You know, there's like a they don't have the same sense of urgency that we have in the U.S. To get things. You know, we all want things now. 2-day Prime on Amazon is what we want. That's what I want usually. And so it's teaching me patience when I order from them. But yeah, if you want to get sticker starter for your channel, check out 123stickers.com. They've got a great deal, especially if you do it in a black and white logo. You can get, you know, 250 of them for like 25 bucks or something like that. 3 inches by 3 inches. So cool. Well, this buggy's good. This buggy is good. The wheelbases, the tires look like they are the exact same. I know they're not. They're a little different. Wheelbase is the same. The widths of these are the same. This one has a aluminum chassis though, and this one does not. This one has a plastic, and this one will go a lot faster because it's on 4S. So, and the suspension on that seems really, really tough. Really tough. I just posted the unboxing video of the Optimus. I literally just got it in the mail today. I haven't actually run the Optimus yet. I was just saying I just got it today. So I'm going to get out on the trails here soon. I'm going to wait, I think, if it's all wet from the rain we're getting right now. I'll probably wait just so I have a little bit more traction and control when I take it out to the trails or to the RC track. I think these would be cool ones to test on the track because, you know, most of the time buggies are used for racing, but these seem built tough enough to just kind of bash them pretty good. But I'm actually going to cut off this front little flare. It's kind of a pain. A lot of the buggies don't have it anyway, so it's kind of unnecessary and it makes it hard to put it on. Because you got to line it up between the front end here. So the battery's out and this thing is ready to get charged up and run. Sweet. I love the way that buggies handle. There's so much control. The next thing I have to diagnose is why the front is slipping on this one. It's not connecting, and it might actually be in the back. It's not spinning it. Yeah, it's not hitting this tooth in the rear. Oh, that's the front. Ha! And then go back to the rear. Yeah, something's not connecting here. So I lost my front wheel drive. On the 2101, it was when it was really snowy. And probably just the tires got really heavy and I just kept running. So I'm not going to tear into this tonight because that's diffs are kind of a beast to work on. So I haven't pulled this one apart yet, and so I will want to look in the manual before I start tearing it down so that I'm not removing things that I don't need to remove, which happens a lot of times if I don't look at the manual. It's not hard to get to. You and I might have a different opinion of what's not hard to get to. That, or maybe I'll just look at a video and see how quick it is to rip apart. But yeah. So I've got this project to work on. I just fixed the Bison, which I just broke. Do I have any tips for anyone that's just starting a YouTube channel? Saved by the Bell. Yeah, I've got some tips. Make videos, bro, that's it. Yeah, making videos is part of it. You know, I think doing things like this, people like to know to have a voice. You know, a lot of people just put up run videos. And some people do really awesome run videos and they will get views, but a lot of times people want to hear a voice and have somebody talking to them. And that helps to grow it a little bit because they're connecting with somebody instead of just, having cool videos put into their feed. Google Plus is great. There's a lot of great groups and channels out there on Google Plus that you can be a part of that have members in it. And as you start talking and sharing videos, people start following you there. rcgroups.com is the same way. If you're putting your videos in front of people and you're talking with people and helping out, there's a lot of things there. So, Zimmy, how's it going, man? Talking is tough. I've been in the video business now for over 10 years, and I know on YouTube, especially in these where it's live, I say a lot, and even in some of the unboxing, I'll start to, and sometimes I cut it out if I can, because you're trying to think, and you know everybody's got their tick that they do when they're thinking on their feet, and for me it's so all right. I use those a lot, and it's one of those things that you could think about it, and right now I'm cognizant. I'm really thinking about saying and so and that, and I'll be able to stop for a little while, but eventually as you just get going and you're freewheeling, you're gonna just revert back to what's natural. And it's just getting comfortable in front of the camera is tough, and then being engaging is different. The way that video conveys, see, there I go, what you sound like and the energy that you have is way different than in real life. And so I don't talk like this in real life. My normal voice is I talk much softer and quieter down here, and people would start to get bored, and it would just kind of feel very low key. And so I basically am what would be more like yelling in a way. For me, I'm just a quiet person in general. I'm shy. I like to just be quieter and just kind of hang out with people. And so for this and for when I'm doing other things, in order to have energy, especially for like an unboxing video, people don't, want it to be too slow and dry, and so I use this kind of a voice where I'm like talking loud to just have an energy and a life to my voice. So that's kind of where that comes from. I don't normally talk that way, but yeah, I'd normally be much lower and quieter. And for TV and stuff like that, I was having some voice coaching done, and they were just telling me talk like the person is on the other side of the room. And so that's where that came from, was like really projecting to get it over to them. And so it's the same voice, it's just adding energy to it. And it's more important when you don't see the person, because if you're just looking at something and there's just a quiet voice, yeah. And then you can get into much more like, hey guys, what's going on? Tony here, CCxRC, and you're kind of adding a gravel to it that's not normally there. So yeah. So we said, use your normal voice for what? So somebody was saying use my gravel voice for the rest of something. I don't know what. This is probably my cleanest car. I'm looking at it, realizing this is one good looking chassis right now. Most of mine are trashed and so dirty. And where to begin? I think I'm just going to go for it because I'm here and I can. But anyway, that's not necessarily a tip. That's just because somebody said something about being good at talking, and it's something that you learn. And when I get in front of a camera and it's taped and recorded, I mess up a lot. So the getting over that stage fright of knowing I'm going to have to do this a bunch of times to get it right is okay. So in my other videos, I don't always do it the first try. I might have to do the intro or whatever a couple times. It's the stuff that people don't, they don't see, and it's okay. But for growing your channel, the best thing is just be in community, and that's where you're gonna find that people will follow you and they'll be a part of what you're doing, is because you're part of a community and you're engaging with people, and it's more about your own, your videos. It's more about the community and being a part of it, and sharing with each other. Yeah, see, I'm gonna need the manual for this. I'm looking at it and I'm freaking out already, trying to figure out what I gotta take out. And I hate doing unnecessary work. I hate it. Nothing like doing something that you don't need to do, especially when it's screwing by hand, which I've already said is my least favorite thing. When I have all my other tools out, I'll get at this and it'll be real quick. So, what do I think of Traxxas? Traxxas is what got me into the hobby. You know, I wish that they'd come out with some new stuff. You know, even the X-Max is a lot like other things they're doing. They put a really cool spin on it. The way that they engineered it is amazing, but it's still like a Traxxas vehicle. And so I'm excited that they're coming out with a scale truck, and that it's a Land Rover Defender makes me even more happy because that's my favorite truck in the world. But you know, they have a lot of monster trucks. They've got their Revo. They've got the Slash. I mean, I don't know what I'd want more from them, but maybe something a little bit more like a regular truggy. I don't know. I don't even know what I would want, but it'd be neat to see something. I mean, the Revo's been around for a while. I mean, you don't want to mess with a good thing. It's a good thing, but same with the Stampede. The what's their other big one that they've got? They got the E-Max, the T-Max, and then they've got, what's the other really big one they have? Just smaller than the X-Max. Vortec? No, the Summit, that's it. They've got the Summit. But again, it's just like a bigger version of some of the other ones. So, anyway, I really like it. You know, I wouldn't say get rid of what they're doing, but yeah, I don't know what I want to see from them that's different. You know, their Bandit's kind of a cool Basher buggy, but maybe a different buggy. I don't know. What about you guys? What do you think? I think that their stuff is, I mean, it's durable. There's parts everywhere. It's hard to go wrong with the Traxxas. I'll just say that. So, it's a solid car. All of them. Overpriced? Debatable. A trophy truck? That would be cool, like a solid axle. That would be interesting for them to come out with. That's a good suggestion, actually. Shake up their Slash line with a trophy truck. Yeah, they do have a dragster too, so they've got a lot going on. $250 is too overpriced for what? For a Slash or for the dragster? $250 is not bad. For a short course truck? I mean, if you're going to get into it, something like that with name brand, that's not a bad price. I mean, you can get a Bison for $250. It's not going to have the durability of a Traxxas. But it's also going way faster, so durability changes based on the speed that it's encountering those parts. So the parts that might work on a Slash might not work at the speed of a Bison, and so there's trade-offs too. So yeah, it's one of those things. I was actually looking at a Traxxas Slash today, one of the VXLs that they had up at DBXL-E World when I stopped in to get the servo. that I didn't end up using, but will love having on hand. So, yeah, I mean, the Bison at $250 right now is, I mean, it's an insane price. Especially because there is part support for it in the US. Some of the other ones, like the JLB that I have, once I find out what's wrong with it, if I can't just fix it easily, I'm gonna have to wait for parts to come in to fix it. So that's the one thing about the Chinese ones that's a little bit kind of a bummer. And so, you know, I would want to have two so that I would have one car to be driving while the other one is waiting for parts, and vice versa. So, but yeah, I mean, I have a Losi, which I haven't been running much, which is a great truck, short course, but it cost me a lot more than I would have paid for probably a Slash. Now the Slash isn't going to compete, but it'd be more of a good basher, which is what I do with it anyway. But it's been fun to have the Losi because I can take it up to the track, and I have a membership there, so I can go, you know, 5 days a week and run if I want to. So right now I've lent it to somebody who's been using it for racing in some of the competitions locally. And winning with it. It's, you know, it's the old version 1. It's like 4 years old. It's my second RC car. Went right from the Gravedigger to a big old, not big old, but an expensive Losi 10. It was like $600, and I had to save up for months to get it. I don't have anything from Red Cat. I've seen a couple of theirs that I'm interested in. They have a big truggy one that I was looking at. Something 8 or whatever. Box this back up for myself so I know it's new. Yeah, normally I try and be organized with things, and everything has a place where it goes. And so working in this kind of an environment is actually very annoying for me. So that's the other reason I didn't want to get the JLB up here, is with as many screws as I was going to be taking out, I wouldn't be comfortable about not losing a piece because how dirty the bench is, all of that. Yeah, it's the Blackout series. Hey, thanks Zimmy, man. Thanks for stopping in. This was kind of spur of the moment, just because I was awake and down here working on stuff. Shotgun shell lights, Christmas lights? Yeah. I should turn them on, huh? Be. I just realized normally I have videos and music going when I'm down here, which is what I didn't have when I turned the video on, because my kids took my Apple TV out of here. So yeah, there we go. We got my shotgun shell lights on. But I know what I can work on actually. I need to solder these ESCs on to this quad, which is kind of a Frankenstein of sorts of quads right now. It was a Florian Racer 250 that, well, let's just say it got fried because it was on a bench or on a metal like a scale, and it got plugged in and it popped. What happened to my V-Car Bison? Well, I had a very small chassis crack. Very, very small, and I'm actually going to try and repair it. But I wanted to get one up and running. I figured I'd have spare parts, and I was going to try and put in some other parts into... I'll probably tear that other one down, but I like it so much that I want to have it up and running. And so I just took all of the electronics out of the old one, and I stuck them into basically what was a new roller body, chassis and all that. And it was up and running in 15 minutes. And that'll give me time, while that is working, I can either work on repairing the very minor crack that I have just starting right here. It's even only on one side. It's just a small, maybe 1/4 of an inch crack. So I either try and fix it or actually just repair, swap it out, clean it down, and then try running it with some different components, maybe getting different motor and all that. So see what it can do if it has a different system in it. So, or I just keep it as a parts truck. And as I break arms or whatever, I've got them ready to go. But that was the reason. Is I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that other part, but I wanted to get one up and running. Oh, you haven't owned or flown a quad? I started with this in December, and I have, how many do I have now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 of them. Six or 7 of the race ones going. I guess they're all different sizes and kinds, and yeah, they're fun to work on. Is there a difference between the actual Yeti and the... I don't think so. I think it's built off basically a very similar chassis. I think the control arms are the same, and the axle and all that, but I could be wrong. I don't have one. I had a Yeti, but I kept breaking it, so I got rid of it. So I need to find a wrench that'll fit these. These are slipping. Guess I'll break down and do it. Ugh. And then I've got the little tiny whoops too, which are cool. So in here, I should have my tools that I want. GoPro stuff is kind of like a drone purse of sorts. It's got cameras in it and wrenches and antennas. Alright, so these are the deal right here. These little Intiges set that I picked up on Amazon. That's the one. That'll go into this Ryobi, and it's 0 manpower for me. That's what I'm talking about. It's just the way that I think RC cars and drones are meant to be assembled and taken apart. I know that this part of my hand right here thanks me for it. And it's way faster. So if you don't have one of these, this is the way to go. But I gotta take all of this apart in order to get at the power distribution board that's in there so that I can unsolder the old ESCs, cut down the new ones, and then we'll solder them to the board. So that one's stripped out. That's going to be fun to get out. Yeah, the hex tips are amazing. And these are, like I said, these are energy ones. But I don't know, I'm going to get this one out. We have a stripped one. Maybe I can just spin it. Not cool. Problem solving time. Probably need like a screwdriver that'll fit in. Or something. Any tips for removing one of these that are stripped? Go. Ideas. Come on. It doesn't even look like the same size. This is where pliers might have come in handy if I could find them easily. Something that'll grip on the outside of this. Spin it. What did somebody say? I missed it. Alrighty guys, well I think I'm going to shut down here. I thought I'd just go live for a little bit. Looks like it's been almost just over an hour, which is longer than I planned to do it. But thanks as always for tuning in, stopping in when you see that the live is flashing. It's kind of like Motel 8. We'll leave a light on for you. Feel free to stop in. But yeah, I'm serious though guys. Always huge thank yous for all the interaction that you give, the help that you give each other, the community that there is. Just really amazing. Here's a little holder for these. Is great. Should put them back in. It'll be easier to find them when I'm in need in the future. Should just threw one in here. There we go. So just set that on your bench. Actually, I should test this track power, make sure it actually heats up anyway, because it went bad and they sent me a new pen for it, or iron for it. But yeah, I got these BLHES 30 amp ESCs to put on here in case I want to get some screaming motors to make this one like a stupid fast flyer. So all right, I'm out. I can hear it. I can feel the heat. Oh, that's a good thing. Awesome. All right, guys. I'm actually probably too tired to solder. I don't like the idea of working with this actually at this time of night right now. So I'm just gonna chill out. I'll work on getting this off a little bit more tonight, and then be ready to solder tomorrow. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Bye.